Thanks for checking out Mornings with Lone Star podcast on irlonestar.com. Don't forget, Mornings with Lone Star is live every weekday on irlonestar.com from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m., covering all things Texas country music and Montgomery County news, with weather and traffic at the top and bottom of every hour. You can call in at any time with a song request at 936-647-3776 or Facebook message us on Facebook or tweet us on Twitter. Mornings with Lone Star would like to say a special thank you to the sponsors of Mornings with Lone Star, our neighbors at Conroe Coffee in downtown Conroe, catering by All-Star, Michal B. Young, financial representative with Northwestern Mutual in the Woodlands, and the Texas Renaissance Festival in Magnolia, Texas. It's George Strait right there, cheaper than a shrink. We're back online. Can you believe it? Yay. We've had some severe technical issues in the past 16 hours here at Lone Star, so I apologize to everyone trying to tune in, trying to get this working. But we're back on conveniently at 9 o'clock because we actually missed 2 guests this morning. I had to cancel, reschedule, and I apologize to those folks. I mean, that's the worst thing when you're on the radio and you're like, oh, we didn't know we weren't going to be on until 9. But conveniently for this guy, Mr. Billy Beavers, right? So it makes it look like we're just doing it for you. So
we
shut
appreciate
the doors
that
on everybody. Yeah. We just kept them away. We said Beavers is in town.
Yeah, he gets all the time. No, I do apologize to the listeners. Just to let you know what's going on here at the station. It's going to be happening in the next probably about 48 to 72 hours. Is they're working on the power. There's been some huge power blimps on the street in Main Street in downtown Conroe, and I was told we're going to be completely down with power on Sunday. So we're going to be not operational, and so archives are going to be being played if you're trying to tune in. So if you like listening to country music and especially listening to our radio plays on Sunday nights, it's not going to be there because we're going to be down, and it's a schedule down. It's not like it's going to. We don't want to do this, but
they could come back and check just in case they get it done early.
Yeah, we'll make an announcement on our Facebook, but it's just it's something that's interesting. Downtown's a really great place, but when you're down for a whole day, especially on the radio, what do you do? But
technology at work.
Yeah, that's it right there. We have Billy Beavers in the studio for Meet the Candidates. Nathan Arizzotti with Montgomery County Lifestyle. Good morning, everybody. I'm really tired, and I apologize to even the listeners. It looks like I'm not interested. It's not that at all. I have a Conroe Coffee they're running about half speed right now. They have coffee.
Wait a minute.
What?
If it looks like you're not interested, this is radio.
Well, people fill in the blanks when they listen.
This
guy just looks.
You're pulling it off well. You look good.
Well, I guarantee you by, Cindy Cochran's show, we'll be asleep underneath this desk. So I'm like, here, Cindy, your mic's on. You got a whole hour. Just wake me up when you're done. But I really appreciate Billy taking the time to come out here, and especially this whole Meet the Candidates being part of what Lone Star's trying to do, especially every time there's a voting. We're trying to do a Meet the Candidates kind of deal. And we're kind of working out the kinks, and I think it's going to grow and grow and grow, so I appreciate you being here.
Well, I'll tell you, on behalf of the candidates that I've spoke to out there, we appreciate y'all.
Good.
We appreciate you putting us out, letting us get out and have an opportunity to speak and let the public know exactly what it is we're doing and what we stand for.
And folks, if you are experiencing any technical issues, because a lot of times it's not on our side, it's on their side because of what we're doing here with the power, we are recording everything. So if you miss Billy and you miss some parts, we're going to have the whole interview process online on SoundCloud and YouTube.
And we've been putting everybody out. I've been posting it. I think Jimmy Cox, I'll be posting out there, and Brett Ligon. But we're pretty much up to date. Dwayne Ham, I'll be posting that out there for Texas Conservative Tea Party Coalition. But getting some great feedback, man. People really like this show. Great idea, dude.
I was working yesterday and didn't get an opportunity to listen to Dwayne. Did y'all beat him up pretty good?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
We tried to. We had Vince Ross, the auctioneer, and Ann Kate throwing in stuff.
There you go. Vince is always a good help when it comes to Dwayne.
Well, let's focus a little bit about what's going on right now.
All right.
So I want you to introduce yourself, and especially what you're running for and where you're from. Start with the normal question.
Right.
Answers. Yeah.
I'm Billy Beavers. I'm a conservative Republican candidate for Montgomery County Constable Precinct 2. I've been a certified peace officer for over 22 years. I hold a T. Cole Master Peace Officer certificate. Been commissioned for the last 16 years with the Panorama Village Police Department, where I currently serve as Chief of Police. My wife Sarah and I live in Rivershire. God has blessed me with 4 beautiful children, one of which he called home after a accident back in 2008, and he went home to be with the Lord in 2013, and we miss him, but we know that he's in a better place. My daughter Brandy is 21. My 2 twins, Emily and Mason, are 20 months. and that keeps us pretty busy with the election going on and us running around going to all the events and work and two 20-month-old twins. It gets hectic.
Do you dress them up in different outfits so it looks like they're different babies and make it?
We do not dress them alike, and I was blessed that we were given a boy and a girl. That way she can't dress them alike all the time, because I've seen the old videos of her family where
I can totally see
her and her sisters were dressed
putting
alike.
the bow on the boy.
Now,
As a joke. I could
if she
totally
lived
see
in
that.
California, if she lived in California, she'd probably do that.
Oh, that's a good jab.
It's just a left wing thing, you know. It's a Caitlyn thing, but these are good conservative Texas people, man.
Right.
I mean,
right.
I would argue California's pretty conservative.
Oh my God. Anyway, back to Billy.
Right. I'm also a member of the Lone Star chapter of the Regular Doors Law Enforcement Motorcycle Club. That's a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We're committed to serving the community. We go out, raise money, and give that money to injured officers, their families, not only police officers but EMT, firefighters. We try to support the people that look out for us. I've served in that organization as an officer for the past 6 or 7 years. I've served as treasurer, vice president. I was president for the last 2 years, and thank God January 1 rolled around, and we passed that presidency on to Mr. Don Fullen. I'll put in a plug for him. Don's a great guy, stepped up and going to take the reins on that. And I'm still an officer on the board with that organization, but now I serve as sergeant-at-arms. Some of the organizations that I belong to, I'm a member of the Montgomery County Fair Association, Texas Police Chiefs Association, Texas Municipal Police Chiefs Association, Ducks Unlimited, St. Jacinto Masonic Lodge, firm supporter of the Second Amendment and the citizens' rights to protect themselves. I'm a member of the National Rifle Association. That's a little bit about me.
That's a little too much about you.
I apologize. Just wanted to try to throw it all in there.
I'll give you a hard time.
Nathan said, hey, make sure you cover everything. There it is.
Okay.
In a nutshell.
All right, so what would be next is really Constable Precinct 2. We've actually spoken to several other candidates about this position because the coverage area is actually smack dab here, and the office is down the street. So it's
Rock's throwing distance from here.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's very familiar to us, and I know with Nathan being here, it allowed me an opportunity to talk to these. He brings all these people in. It's really great. I learned more about what the Constable office does, and so now we can kind of reflect his off other people what they want to do and see what's better. Because one thing I've learned about the Constable's office is y'all have a duty to do civil. I forget it again.
Civil process,
but then you have open opportunities to do other things.
Absolutely.
To help out
the Constable's office here in Montgomery County, they're charged with two things, and that's civil process, all of the civil process within the precinct, and also to provide security for the Justice Court in the precinct, which is Justice Court Precinct 2, Judge Trey Spikes.
We need to get that guy in here.
By law, they are mandated. Trey'd be a good one to get in. He's got.
So what do you think of these bailiffs?
Great information.
Good people.
That's right. And hammer him on it if you do get him in here. But that's what they're charged to do. But that's not all they can do. And constables' offices they're police officers.
Well, it sounds like you can really do whatever.
Absolutely.
When it comes down to
you can do everything that any other police agency can do.
I mean, that's pretty incredible to me. So I'm going to have to ask this question. With your position running for Constable Precinct 2, do you see where you think the precinct should go with the growth or with the opportunities around? What do you think?
I have some ideas to do some pretty major changes with Constable Precinct 2's office. My goal is to make it a leader in a field of over 750 constables' offices here in the state of Texas. Be committed to providing security for your three main assets, and those three main assets pretty much in anybody's life is your home, your family, and your business. To provide security for those, it's time to step up as a constable's office and become a full-service 24/7 law enforcement agency. Right now, the constable's office primarily works 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, and their main focus is civil process. The issue that I have is that civil process is being done with 3 civil officers. There are 10 sworn over there. So there are other officers that can be put in other positions and other divisions can be created. And
now, is that because the other officers aren't qualified?
Not, absolutely not.
They can do the civil process.
They can do it, but
I don't
but
know
the civil
rules.
process that comes into Precinct 2's office is primarily served by 3 people. And I'm not going to say anything ugly about any other candidate, but there was a a statement that has been made in several of the forums and here on Constable DeForest's section of the radio that they handled 5,000 civil papers last year. That's true that they had 5,000 civil papers come through the front door. Of those 5,000 civil papers, Constable Precinct 2 is the main hub of the civil process in Montgomery County. There are 5 constables' offices. All of the civil process comes out of the courthouse and it comes to Precinct 2, where it is distributed to the other 4 constables. So they
now, why do they do that?
It's just a simple process.
Is it because they're closest?
Yeah, absolutely. And years ago, they were given an extra position in the office, an extra office staff. That's her job, is to distribute that, make sure that it all goes to the right zip codes. And they separate it out. All the other constables come over, pick it up, and they take it, and then they serve that civil process. So they didn't actually serve 5,000 papers. There were just 5,000 papers that went through the door and were distributed out.
Well, it's all about the paper trail.
Absolutely.
Is Constable 2 on that paper trail? Then they served it.
Well, not technically.
I'm just kidding.
Right.
The local lawyers here are getting in on me here, the way they speak. But no, see, that's one thing that's crazy to me when it comes down to this race, and you have 3 candidates is it 3 candidates for Constable Precinct 2?
Yes.
And what's amazing to me is you hear the different positions, especially the goals, and when you look at it from the citizen side, what benefits the citizen? Because it sounds to me, just by numbers, if you have 3 officers servicing papers, and then you have 11 total, I'm guessing I wouldn't mind knowing what they're doing, and then especially with the position, a couple constables said like it's more of a neighborhood watch too, not a watch, but you can do that. You can help your neighbors, be part of the community.
Absolutely,
and
go out and do some proactive policing, get the citizens involved. Community-oriented policing is a huge thing here in Montgomery County.
Walking the beat.
Absolutely. If I'm out there in a patrol car, I have one set of eyes. If I go by and talk to 100 people and get all of them involved in watching their own neighborhoods and their own communities, then we've got people watching all hours of the day, the different lifestyles, different schedules. They're out there, no telling what hours they work, what hours they're up. You've got eyes all over the street, and they can report anything that they see, and all it does is help the police here in Montgomery County, all the agencies, do their job and do it more effectively.
Yeah, I know as a business operator downtown, we know Officer Taylor, who's I guess I call him the bike cop, but I mean he's more than just that. But there's the 2 other officers that work that rotation, and we have our non-emergency numbers. And I'm pretty sure everyone on Main Street knows them really well and calls them if there's a problem. I know I called them several times, and when there's an unfortunate situation or a suspicious activity going on, because this is downtown Conroe, full of suspicious activity. But
especially when I walk down the street.
That's true. We got Nathan Herzati. But we got to take a quick break. Billy Beavers is online, folks. He's running for Constable Precinct number 2, BillyBeavers.com. That's BillyBeavers.com. We're going to take a quick music break, and when we come back, we're going to talk more to Billy and also to Nathan Herzati. I know I said I want to let him kind of handle it, but I've been talking, so he'll probably be leading the next segment. Thanks for listening to Mornings of Lone Star at irlonestar.com. We'll be back right after this.
Behind every victory is someone who helped make it happen. Call them mentors, coaches, or even mom or dad. At Northwestern Mutual, we call them partners, the financial professionals that can help you tap into strengths you might not even know you have, and guide you where you want to be financially and personally, because no one wins alone. Start building financial security with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Michael Young today. Visit michael.b.young@nm.com. You and Northwestern Mutual, stronger together. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Good morning. Welcome back to Lone Star Internet Radio. That was
Casey Musgrave's Pageant Material. I know that's one of your favorite songs. That's why I wanted to. Dime Store Cowgirl is a song, but the album's
makes me feel at home.
Yeah, that's the music you listen to when you're at home. Yeah. That's nice.
Hey, well, listen, we want to thank everybody for listening in today and over the past couple of weeks as we're doing this special segment, Meet the Candidate, part of Mornings with Lone Star. You've got Dick Schissler of Lone Star Internet Radio, myself, Nathan Herzati of Montgomery County Lifestyle. And in the studios this morning is Billy Beavers, candidate for Constable Precinct 1 and current
Precinct 2.
Precinct 2.
Come on, Nathan.
Hello, come on. We got 17 precincts or something out there.
I thought we had 5.
We have 5. But he's also chief of police out of Panorama.
Yes, sir.
And we have the paparazzi in the building. Can you tell us who the paparazzi is?
I can. That's my wife, Sarah, that's running around with her phone snapping pictures of everybody.
Now, actually, I got a question for you. No, you were sorry, Dan, to say this, but how do you can get a maximum of 8 precincts in a county? Is there even a max number? So you can just keep going. So is that the commissioner's job or the judge? Like, who determines how many precincts we have?
I'm assuming the commissioner's court would determine how they're divided, and they take care of all the jurisdictional lines and all that good stuff. So
interesting. Maybe
because somebody told us that it's a maximum 8, no matter how big the county is. But I don't remember who, so I'm not going to throw them under the bus.
Well, we recorded everybody, so we'll just.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm just wondering because
go back and take a look.
The main topic in Montgomery County in the past 2 years is growth, and usually when growth happens, change happens or additions happen. So
absolutely,
it makes me think because a lot of these people are running for constable, and what happens if they add a 6th office? What's going to happen there?
That would be up to the powers.
Someone's going to swoop in and take that. Yeah. But this is I'm just wondering.
If it was to ever occur, they would, I'm assuming, appoint someone until the next election.
Well, the kind of jumping off that, Billy Beavers in the studio, BillyBeavers.com, and for running Constable Precinct 2. Why did you choose Constable Precinct 2? Because you don't have to, get to choose, right?
Well, you have to live in the precinct where you run. So
but you can work for the other.
Absolutely, you can work anywhere. You just can't run for office except for where you live. Yeah. Okay. So I live here in the precinct. We live over in Rivershire, and this is home. And this is we want to try to make a difference here at the house.
Now, as you're Anthony, you go ahead. I can ask these questions later. I don't want to cut you off.
No. Just one of the biggest questions that I wanted to ask about was. What do you see this constable's office doing well that you want to improve upon or just keep doing? And what opportunities do you see? If you've been sitting down a game plan and stuff like that?
We have, and the constable's office precinct 2 has some great employees. There are some good people over there, and we want to utilize the training and the specialties that they have, and continue to keep them right where they're at and keep them working. My platform is pretty simple. I talked a little bit about that we want to provide security for your 3 main assets. Another thing that we want to do is make this a full-service, 24/7 law enforcement agency, and we want to create some additional divisions. One of those divisions, and one of the things that I've really been hammering through this entire process, is the creation of a warrants division. The Justice Court JP2 generates approximately 42 to 50 warrants every month with outstanding fines that are owed to the county in an amount of $8,000 to $10,000. Now, that's monthly. That doesn't include everything that has already been generated that is sitting in the warrants division at the Sheriff's Department. Sheriff Gage so gracefully went in and created a division to house all of the JP warrants there in one central location if the JPs want to send them over. JP2 does. They're there at the sheriff's office. They are there to be served, and they're not actively at this time being pursued. There are thousands and thousands of dollars worth of fines that are owed to Montgomery County that are sitting there in the file cabinet that need to be pursued. They need to have somebody going out there and running those.
So that won't be collected unless somebody's pulled over. They're pulled over for running a stop sign. They run a search and go, oops, you've got a warrant for unpaid fines.
Yes, and there are collection agencies that JP2, I know, they contract with, who sends out letters and try to get people to come in and pay their fines. But their driver's license can't be renewed until those fines are paid if it's entered into Omni with DPS. So that's something that we can get out and we can attempt to serve these warrants and bring that money into the county. That's money that these people owe. They were caught violating the law. A lot of them didn't even show up for court, so which adds a fail to appear or violation of promise to appear to that original ticket. And there are fines out there that are owed that we need to be out there hustling this money up and getting it into the county. All that is a benefit for us, the taxpayers, to bring those fines in and not let them sit there dormant. In Panorama, where I'm at, I can just give you a little background about the warrants that we're talking about. We're a very small agency. I have 6 full-time paid employees, And we don't write a huge amount of tickets every year. This last year, we wrote about 240 tickets. Everything that came out in warrant, I personally served as the warrants officer and attempted to serve these warrants. And the way that I would do that is when I wasn't doing my administrative duties or my patrol duties or answering calls, I'd get on the phone and start calling these people. Hey, you got warrants out? We don't want to have to come put you in jail over a traffic warrant, but we will. So come in and pay your fines. In 2014, I don't have the numbers for 2015 yet, but in 2014, I personally brought in over $69,000 of outstanding fine money to the city of Panorama. Now, we didn't get to keep all that money. Part of it goes to the state. But if we can do that in the little city of Panorama, and I was doing it in my spare time, what could we do if we actually created a warrants division here in Precinct 2 that had a full-time officer or officers that was their primary job? City of Conroe's got it. They do that. They have 2 warrant officers that's what they do. And they generate that revenue for the city. Let's do it for the county. Let's get these guys out there. They'll pay for themselves. They'll pay for their own position. They'll pay for their vehicle. They'll pay for all the incidentals that go along with it if we get these warrants served.
So do you have to go to Commissioner's Court and get money for those positions, or is it already in the budget?
I think that we can do it with additional resources. With existing resources, without going to Commissioner's Court and getting additional money. We can start that now. Now, once we get it there, can we go back to Commissioner's Court and say, hey, guys, this is how much money we collected over the last year with this guy doing it part-time? Will you give me a full-time position and let me put this in my budget? And I think that the existing commissioners and the county judge would say absolutely. If you go to them and you have a justified request and you ask them for something, they are pro-law enforcement. They want to keep you safe. They want the boots on the street, and I think they're going to give it to us. If you go over there and ask them for something that's unjustified, they're going to make sure that they're looking out for the people that put them in office. They're going to look out for the taxpayers. They're not going to give you something that's unjustified. But if it is justified, I think that absolutely they're going to go along with it, and they're going to add additional resources to that agency.
Man, I'm looking at Dick, and he has got questions swirling around inside that head.
The squirrel's running.
Go for
fast.
it, brother.
No, I'll hold off. This is your time. I told you the next segment is me.
Uh-oh, hang on there.
See, he's putting you on the spot,
Well,
Nathan.
and I've got a great question for you now. That's
All right.
not so much about what I want to get into the political arena here for a minute. Tell me about what's going on, man. This is hard on you guys. I have not been this detailed and this much in it, and I'm not really in the arena, but being part of it. You guys have got forums and fundraisers and shaking hands and this and that. Tell me a little bit about that.
Let me tell you, I'm going to be painfully honest. In the past, I have sat back and I've seen people throw their hat in the arena, and I've sat there and said, man, what's that guy doing? Why in the world is he out there doing that? I have a newfound respect for anyone that wants to jump out and try to run for any position. I don't care if it is from the bottom position in the entire county up to the big position at the White House. I have a newfound respect because you put yourself out there for scrutiny. You put your family out there for scrutiny. There are people that they have nothing better to do than run around and try to find dirt on you, and if they can't find anything, they'll make it up. And the people that get out here and run for these positions, God bless them. And I'm not patting myself on the back. I'm patting all these guys on the back that have done it, that are now elected officials. They've been there for years. More power to them. They have done wonderful. A lot of the elected officials in our county are great, great guys, and they do a lot for us. And anybody that's in this, that gets in politics, you got to be a little bit crazy. You really do, because you're putting everything that you have ever done in your life out there for scrutiny. And, none of us are perfect. There are skeletons in everybody's closet. I think I heard you say that yourself, Nathan, on one of the shows. These guys are great. I really appreciate the people that get out here and run for office.
Yeah, even people that I'm not personally supporting, I respect everybody
Absolutely.
that's out there. They put their hat in the ring and they're going for it, and you got to respect that. And then on top of that is so many of the candidates right now in different positions are not playing the mudslinging game. Yeah, there's some, and I'm not going to go there and who they are. Whatever.
People are sick of that.
But there's a lot of people that I really am looking at some of the candidates, And I see the passion in the fire, and I know that each one of them thinks, oh, my God, I'm so much better than the other candidate for this position, but they're not playing that
Absolutely.
that game of putting everybody else down.
And
That's cool.
For years and years, I have been friends with Jimmy Cox. I have been friends with Gene DeForest. This is nothing personal against either one of those guys. I'm running for the position because I think that I can do the job to the best of my ability, and I think that I am the best candidate for that job. But I have nothing against those guys. Personally, they're both good people. I have nothing against them. And the mudslinging that goes on in some of these races is absolutely crazy. Quit doing it. Let's talk about what needs to happen in our county, and quit slinging mud at people.
I want somebody in the studio to say something, and I know that they're shaking their head no, but I'm going to put them on the spot.
We're going to take a break.
We don't have 30 seconds?
No, we don't have 30 seconds.
Well, then great. You just
saved
won.
her.
You saved her. Tell everybody where we're going, and when we're coming back, you're going to
Yeah, I got
talk
some
to
questions. I got some, I don't know if they're hard questions, but it's just interesting. I guess we listened to all the Constable 2 precinct people, haven't we?
Yeah.
So I got some questions about some of that stuff. So we'll be back here on Mornings with Lone Star here at irlonestar.com. Again, and we're with Billy Beavers, who's running for Constable Precinct 2, billybeavers.com. If you just now joined us, you can catch the podcast version of this interview for Meet the Candidates later on irlonestar.com, SoundCloud, and YouTube. We're going to take a quick music break here on Lone Star Night Radio. Let's do some George Strait for you. This song's called Easy. Oh, no, we're not going to do George Strait. Computer's like, nope, no, sir, we're not doing that. Actually, we are now. Easy come, easy go. You're listening to Lone Star Internet Radio.
Imagine a place where you can sip on Italian coffee and have a sandwich, followed by a fabulous, delectable pastry. We invite you to stop by Conroe Coffee to experience old world charm. Conroe Coffee is located next to the historic Creighton Theater in downtown Conroe. We are open 7 days a week. Please check our website for business hours at conroecoffee.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Have a caffeinated day.
New one by Stoney LaRue. I like that song. It's for us time. 9:41 here on Mornings with Lone Star. Meet the candidates with Billy Beavers, billybeavers.com, running for Constable Precinct number 2. Hanging out with Nathan Arizzotti of Montgomery County Lifestyle. Go on Facebook, like us, Lone Star Net Radio, Montgomery County Lifestyle. Ask a question for Billy, and we'll try to get it to him. Because some of these questions are really, inappropriate, folks. He's not wearing any pants, okay? No, I'm just kidding. No, but Billy, then again, thank you for coming in and taking the time, folks. This is being podcasted, so you can listen to this on playback.
Like I said earlier, thank y'all. I mean, it's not us.
Because we're asking hard questions.
Hey, for us to take a little bit of time out of our day and come over here, we don't need to be thanked. Y'all are helping us. You're helping get the word out to the community and let us explain exactly what it is that we want to do for Montgomery County. And thank you, thank Lone Star Internet Radio, Montgomery County Lifestyles, Nathan. You need to settle down, man. You're running wide open all the time.
Yeah, that's
I wish I had your energy.
That's one pointer I try to give him with his videos. Like, you should do a video when you're at least like 20 yards back from the camera, and see how the response goes. Because every time I see you're like in the face, and I'm like, it works. I mean, it works if you think about it. But
I will do the next one 21 yards away.
I think that'd be great. You're just sitting at a table, completely calm.
See, I think you need to add that to Montgomery County Lifestyle. Nathan Arizzotti in your face. Yeah. There you go,
man. But I'm glad we're here and I get an opportunity to talk to you, because one thing I love about politics, and especially law enforcement, is there's so many interesting things going on.
Yes, there are.
And that's why we have different types of law enforcement. And in Constable Precinct 2, we have 3 people running. And one thing I've discovered through meeting all 3 of y'all is there's the hot topics are 24/7, running 24/7.
Correct.
And then also adding different types of things that y'all could do.
Absolutely.
And a lot of the times when you're adding something, it's funny when the people are talking about, the constables who are running are talking about it. It's like, we need money. We need to go to the commissioner's court to get this thing filled, or we can get our money somewhere else. Is that the kind of the mentality of this position across the board, across the United States as a constable's office? Because you want to grow, because Montgomery County is growing. And so it's like you sit there and you go, I got to worry about where to get this money now.
Right. Constable's office just got a new position. They've needed it. Go ahead and give that position. Let them expand. Let them do some new things. So you're at
let me ask two-part question about that. What would you say today you're in office, what would you do without spending any money that would be different than what's happening? And then the second part would be, if you did have money, what would you be doing?
Let me tell you. Let me answer that like this. Panorama, we have 6 full-time paid officers, including myself. We have an operating budget of approximately $433,000. I run 24/7, 365 with that operating budget and with those current resources. We provide all of our own investigations. We provide warrant service. We provide traffic control. We provide calls for service. If they call, we're there. We don't roll anything to any other agencies. We try to answer every call that comes in ourselves. The telephone goes straight to the officer's cell phone that's on duty. We do everything right there in-house, all the way to investigating our cases, all the way until they're submitted to the DA's office. The constable's office has 11 full-time paid officers now with the new position, unless I'm mistaken. I'm quoting what I have been told from the powers that be, that there are 11 sworn officers over there, including the constable himself, with an operating budget of $1.2 million. And it has been said that there are not existing resources to go 24/7. I totally disagree. The resources are there.
With that, can you see any feasible way why it isn't? Because, I mean, it's certainly not like they're just lazy. I don't think that's the case at all.
So what do you think it has been the choice of the existing constable.
How big's the court? I mean, do you need a lot of bailiffs there? That could be it.
No,
I mean, I'm not really
No,
sure.
the JP court is covered by one bailiff whenever they're in session. That's not an everyday 8 to 5 thing. I mean, there are a lot of things that go on in the JP court when they're not in session. But when they are there, they provide security for that justice court. The officer that provides the security over there most of the time, when I have been there, I've seen the same guy. He's one of the civil officers. So they're taking one of their civil guys, and he's going over and providing that security for the justice court. You asked a question earlier, what's everybody else doing? I don't know. I really don't know. But I have ideas what they're going to do.
Okay.
If I'm elected, I know exactly what they're going to do. We're going to go 24/7. 365, we're going to be in your neighborhoods. We're going to be in all the neighborhoods here in Precinct 2, and we're going to be keeping you safe. We're police officers.
Now, does that cost any money? That's what you're trying to say?
Absolutely, it costs money.
Part one question, no, because I asked the 2-part question, what doesn't and what does. So that does cost money.
Absolutely, it costs money, but the resources are already there.
Okay.
We can take, instead of having, I'm just like you. You're here at the radio station. You're standing back there by yourself, and you can handle the job as one person. Could we have 3 people here doing the same job and all 3 of them being paid, to do the exact same job that you're doing by yourself? Yes, we could. You do the same thing at the constable's office. Do you have 3 people on a shift during the day, or do you need 11 people on the shift during the day? What does it take to cover that shift? Absolutely, it's 100% management.
Okay.
And the existing constable has decided that that's the way that he wants to run that department. I have different ideas. If that works for him, okay.
Do you see a need for the precinct and me to be 24/7?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Now, how do you back that up? Like, how do you?
Because of call response from the other agencies. Conroe PD is running call to call to call. They're swamped. Precinct 2 encompasses a lot of the city of Conroe. District 1 in Montgomery County, which covers all the way down to the river on 45, call to call with the sheriff's office. These guys need help. If the constable's office was 24/7 and we were call responsive, we can go out and assist with some of those calls, take some of the load off of the other guys, and that opens up officers in all of the different departments in Montgomery County to be proactive rather than reactive. And that's what we need. We need proactive patrol, people out there in the neighborhoods. You need officers going through 24/7. Crime doesn't happen 8 to 5. I'm sorry. Crime is 24/7 in Montgomery County. That's where the boots on the street need to be. We need to be there every day, all day long. If you live in the precinct, just ask yourself a question. When's the last time I saw a constable come through my neighborhood patrolling?
Well, could you say you could downsize the constable's office? Because we've already kind of discussed that the constable has basically one or a couple of requirements, which is civil processing. So since civil processing does have a date time,
right?
Could you say, I'm not saying do this, but I'm just trying to think about how this operates, and could you say you just downsize the constable's office to where it just
absolutely not. And the reason that I say you don't downsize the constable's office is because you're taking police officers away from the county. that we need more boots on the street. We need more patrol cars. We need more officers. They need to be out there. They need to be suppressing crime rather than reacting to crime that has already occurred.
So do we have a crime problem in Precinct 2?
You have a crime problem nationwide.
Yes.
I mean, absolutely. I think if you look at the statistics that we have stayed pretty well on an even keel over the last couple years, but with the growth of the county, the projected growth of Montgomery County is amazing over the next few years. And with growth, you bring crime. You do. There are people that are going to come in that are great people, that are business people, that are going to create jobs, and there are people that are going to come in that are criminal element that are going to try to steal everything that you own. And that's the ones that we need to be out there in the neighborhoods, patrolling every day, looking for and keeping them away from, once again, your three main assets: your homes, your businesses, and your families. Let's keep those safe.
Okay, yeah, because that's something that I think a lot of people who live in the precinct have their own opinion. I think I would love to hear other people who live here, if the crime's really bad, because when you keep increasing police officers, you're spending a lot more money, but also you are making it safe. But it'd be interesting long term, because you have basically 4 years as a constable to come up with something. Like, how do you know we're being safe?
Right. But once again, let's do it with the existing resources.
Yeah.
Let's don't try to add anything first rattle out of the box when we go in there. After a year, let's go back and reevaluate what we've got. Let's look at what we've done. After that year's up, after the creation of these new divisions, and after the creation of 24-hour law enforcement, then do I have enough resources to continue, or do I need more? And I can go over at that time and stand before the commissioner's court and tell the county judge and the commissioners, okay, guys, this is what we have done in the last year.
Yeah.
This is what we have accomplished, and either my budget's good and I want exactly what you gave me last year, or I'm lacking in these particular areas. This is what I need, and this is why. And show them the justification on why I need it.
So what would you say, when we talked about what would you do without spending money, it sounds like you would do management fixing.
Absolutely.
And then if you did have money, what would you do?
Oh man, there is so much that you could do. The creation of new divisions. You could work narcotics interdiction, send officers to school. You could provide K-9 with that agency, bring them in for narcotics. They've had K-9s in the past and done some pretty good things, but they don't do narcotics interdiction right now. That's a big money maker for the county also. Go out there and take these people that are running up and down 45 that come through Precinct 2, get them off the street, take their dope, take their cars, take their jewelry, take their money, and go sell it in civil forfeiture legally, because it's being used for felonies. That they're a criminal element. They're using.
What happens if that bracelet was given to them by their grandmother? That sounds bad.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about take the stuff that they have legitimately. I'm talking about taking things that they have gained through their criminal enterprise and sell those things as an asset forfeiture, a civil forfeiture, and take that money and put it back into more people on the street. More dogs, more cars, more officers, more guns. That's what we need. We want to keep that criminal element out of Montgomery County.
BillyBeavers.com, which run for Constable Precinct number 2. Thank you so much for coming in and letting us know what's really going on.
I am absolutely blessed to have been here. I don't know what to say, guys. Thank you very much. You've done a great service creating this program and letting the candidates in Montgomery County come in here and tell the folks what they're trying to do, what their platforms are.
That's a big thing that Dick and I believe in, is the people getting out there, get informed, find out what's going on, make a decision, and then go dadgum vote. Right, Dick?
No, I'm not telling anyone to go vote.
You are a firm believer that people should get informed and go out and vote.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm also a believer that someone needs to provide information, not just from the candidate's point of view, but from basically another point
Absolutely.
of view.
And every candidate that walks in this door ought to say the same thing. Vet your candidates.
They're not paying me enough. That's really what we're
Exactly.
But tell the voters, be informed.
Yeah.
Go out and do your research. See what these officers have been doing in their career, that the ones that are running for constable, and I'm speaking in our race. See what they've been doing, see what they've done, what they have to offer in the future, what their goals are and what their plans are. Vet your candidates and vote for the guy that's going to do you the best job.
There you go. Nathan? It's good to see you today.
No, don't
You
vote
too.
for Nathan.
And, but Nathan,
I'm running for dog catcher.
we're closing the show down. We got Cindy Cochran show. She has Kristen Bays in the studio.
Oh, cool.
I don't think Kristen even left. I think she's been in the back the whole time.
Spending the night.
Been here taking a nap.
That's coming up at 10 o'clock. Nathan, who do we got lined up for next week? Do you want to give the audience a little heads up?
Yeah, as of right now, we've got Craig McMichael on Monday morning. He works in Houston. He can't take off, so he'll be calling in.
Hopefully our electricity issues solved.
Electricity issues will be okay. And we're keeping Tuesday open. Tuesday, at this point, might be the official reveal from the Texas Conservative Tea Party Coalition. That'll be a
They just need
special
to get over
segment,
that.
8 to 10.
They just need to get over that. Just tweet it out.
No, we want them live in
I'm
here.
kidding. I don't know why would we
Tuesday
not want
morning
to
from
put that
8
on
to
the
10.
air. It was a joke.
Yep, so that's where we're leaving that as of now.
Oh, that's cool. Well, folks, we're going to be podcasting this interview, so keep an eye out on irlonestar.com over the weekend. I hope you guys enjoy yourselves. We're going to get back to the music before the Cindy Cochran show. That'll be coming up at 10 o'clock. So thank you for listening so much. Thanks for Billy, and thank you for all the candidates taking the time to run for something. Oh, he wants
One more quick thing.
Uh-oh.
Just want to remind everyone, early voting in this race, in this election, February 16th, general election, March 1st. Get out, vet your candidates, and vote. Thanks again.
There you go. We got great music coming up. This is Curtis Grimes right here with Smile That Smile. That's directed to the candidates, right?
Thank you for checking out a podcast on Lone Star Internet Radio. Lone Star Internet Radio is Montgomery County's community radio station, broadcasting from the heart of Conroe, Texas. If you are interested in sponsoring a program for Lone Star Internet Radio, just visit us online at irlonestar.com or message us on Facebook. We are always taking song requests on Twitter, and if you are interested in getting involved with the station by either hosting your own show or if you want to be a DJ, just contact Dick at irlonestar.com. Lone Star Internet Radio, Montgomery County's community radio station.